This is the Sean Campbell Show, a podcast for the aspiring and hungry entrepreneur.
Hey everybody, it's Sean Campbell, the Sean Campbell Show, a podcast by entrepreneurs and for entrepreneurs. And today I just want to talk a little bit about motivation. I actually had done this podcast a couple days ago, but it went a little bit too long and I can't get the thing to upload on my Google Drive. I've tried a dozen times and just won't go. So I'm going to redo this and I'll probably have a little more enthusiasm today because I want to get it done in a short period of time here, about 10 minutes for you. So first, hey, thanks for everybody for listening to the last several podcasts. My listenership has gone up. It's gone nice. It's very, very nice. So I want to thank everybody for that. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't noticed, I've kind of taken a little bit of extra time to put all this on video and IGTV and share it around multiple platforms to really kind of make up for the last couple weeks in which I was really knee deep in a bunch of other projects. So appreciate your patience. But motivation is something that, we're all going to have our days where we just kind of feel a little sluggish, a little lethargic, and we're just not getting after it. Maybe you look up on your big board or your planner or whatever, and it's just, you're just feeling inundated and just overwhelmed, and you wake up in the morning and you're just not feeling it. So I want to talk about this specifically today because it's some of the things that I did recently that are really, I consider myself a very positive and motivated person. I've been accused of being too positive before. When I was in management and corporate, the people that worked on my team went to my boss and said I was too positive, hated me. So that was good stuff, real good stuff. But I consider more positive, more motivated than an average person. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have my own podcast. I wouldn't have my own business. But even once in a while, I'm just not as motivated as, I should be, to be honest. But it's still way above the average person. And I realize that, but, there's a lot of adjustments I made at the beginning of the year. And I got down to the very, very basics. Why am I so sluggish when I wake up? Why am I so lethargic? Even though things are going so well, how come I just can't get going? And it sounds basic, it sounds fundamental, but I totally revamped my diet. I totally revamped, my activity level. Long story short, we're in the middle of June right now, and I've dropped 17 pounds. So my goal really is to lose maybe another, maybe 8 to 10 before the end of the year. So I'm doing it very, very methodically, but really I felt a really big boost in my energy throughout the day as soon as I changed my diet, and as soon as I cut out sugars and, processed, wheats and breads and, gluten and dairy. Now, I'm not saying that that's totally been out of the diet, not as strict as I was about 4 or 5 years ago when I was about $179 and about 12 to 13% body fat. But I put on a bunch of weight and I feel a lot better now. I'm in the gym every other day, and every day in between I'm on my stationary bike at home. So just taking care of my energy levels. I'm not sitting here in my office taking a nap at 2 or 3 in the afternoon like I was before the beginning of this year. Now a lot of things hit, and it was really tough mentally to stay motivated with COVID and all the issues we're experiencing today. But I see the positive change, and you gotta really pick out the positive stuff that really gets you in the right mindset. Write down the things every day that keep you focused, that keep you motivated. And just putting in a plug-in for Uncle G. This right here, is a little 10X planner, is phenomenal because not only are you writing your goals every day, but you're writing your successes. I just shared this with somebody this afternoon that I never want to get too, super pumped, and whenever something positive happens, I want to keep myself grounded, and it's something I've talked about before. But at the end of the day, I wasn't really giving myself enough credit for everything I accomplished every day. So that, whether you invest and get your 10X planner by Uncle G, Grant Cardone, or you just maybe build a system yourself where you remind yourself of what positive things you did, but you got to write your goals down every day too. So you got to really pay attention to the details and be hyper focused on what you need to accomplish, what you have accomplished, and don't be afraid to give yourself a pat on the back at the end of every day. But before that, you need the energy to get up and do this. You need the energy to kind of survive your day and stay motivated. So not only, being motivated is one thing, but having the energy to reach that level of motivation that you need to accomplish what you need to accomplish every day is another thing. And bad diet and being very inactive is, I've been on both sides of the spectrum. Even though I've had a decent 4.5, almost 5 years in business, last year I was just very lethargic, come around 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. Changed my diet, got a little more active. Before it got 110 degrees outside here in Tucson, I was literally going out and taking a couple of walks every day. I would walk about 3 miles a day. And I still take my breaks. I still, walk around, do stuff, and, I got, a bunch of healthy snacks around me. I eat every couple of hours. I don't have too many calories. I try to limit my sugars and my gluten and my dairy. And I feel great. I feel phenomenal. And it keeps my energy levels up. So for me, staying motivated is really being able to manage my energy level throughout the day. It's not that I don't have enough to do, or it's not a good positive stuff up there to do. It's just having the energy. For me, that's what really keeps me motivated and going throughout. And then when I'm able to scratch something off the board, I get pumped up. I get ready to go for the next task I got to accomplish. So think about that. And also the other part of it that, really motivates me is a little bit of, being paranoid as an entrepreneur. And that's something else that I've talked about. Being paranoid that someone wants to eat my lunch every day, when as soon as I wake up, I'm feeling good, but I also have a little bit of a fear that someone wants to come in and run me over, run my business over and take me over. That, I believe, is a good motivation, even though it sounds a little bit twisted. If you don't have a fear every day that you got to continue to learn and continue to push yourself and continue to go forward, it's you got to stay in business. A little trick that I play for myself is that I'm in a co-op space here, and across the street there's a new space, and we're all part of the same co-op space. It's they call it a campus. I want to be the first car in a parking lot every day, and I want to be one of the last cars when I leave. I can't be the last car because some people show up really late and they stay really late, and I've already put in 10-12 hours here in my office every day. So I can't do that every day, but I always want to be the first one. So I'm kind of in a race. And another thing that is a little mind trick that I play is I want to accomplish more by 10 o'clock every day, 10 o'clock in the morning every day, than most people accomplish throughout the whole day. So I get up before 5, get to the gym, or I get on my stationary bike, I do my workout, I do my routine, get up, and I want to be here before 7. So, and I come in from 7 to 10, and I have a little bit of a light breakfast, in between there sometime. But by 10 o'clock, I want to have about 80% of what's necessary and needed, or 80 to 100% of what I have to accomplish that day. And then the rest of the day working on several projects. So mentally, I played these games with myself. I want to accomplish more by 10 o'clock in the morning than what I think 99% of the people out there accomplish in their whole day. So I get up at 4:45, get a good workout in, get in the office before 7. I want to be the first car in a parking lot amongst all these other business owners. I want to be the first one here, and I want to accomplish more by 10, So then it's the mind games, it's eating well, it's being active, it's taking breaks, throughout your day and getting up, moving around, and it's a little bit of being paranoid that someone's going to come in, eat my lunch, and take my business over, which is that's all the stuff that keeps me going and keeps me motivated. It's a little bit of a twisted mindset, but that's what works for me. So I want to hear what works for you. How do you keep motivated? What do you do? What motivates you? What's something that when your energy level's low, or when you're kind of feeling a little stuck in the rut or lethargic, what do you do? How do you keep yourself motivated? What's a little trick or what's a little something about your mindset that keeps you coming in each and every day and being successful as an entrepreneur? I would love to hear from you. So thanks for your time as always, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you for listening to The Sean Campbell Show. Follow us on Instagram at The Sean Campbell Show.